Namaste. Good evening. How are you? Please subscribe because I'm sitting here in my pajamas. Might never work again after this look. But I'm here. How are you? Did any of you watch the England game? The England-France game? Can't say I loved it, guys. Can't say I loved it. Maybe I wasn't feeling it tonight. Maybe I wasn't in the zone. I expected to be more of an atmosphere maybe at St James's Park. All of those things. And of course, England then didn't get the win. Let's dissect it all, shall we? But before we go any further, kindly subscribe, left or right, wherever it may be on your screen. Thank you. And by the way, thank you so much for your lovely comments following the vlog that I did with the zone, because it's rating really well and everybody seems to be giving good feedback, and it was a fun one to do, and thank you very much for that. And I truly mean that. But let's get to the qualifiers tonight, shall we? Group 3 of Qualification League A, which is Ireland, Sweden, England and France, took place. We can't really talk about the girls in green because I've not got Rusha with me. She is in camp. She is there. But you know Rusha, she's made of chocolate. She breaks easily, she melts. And I think she's got a slight issue, probably with the good old Achilles again. But hopefully she'll be back in due course. You know what it's like, but it's not my place to talk about it. I just spoke about it, right? Oh my God. And you guys loved the news, didn't you? You loved the news. Rush and GK Barry. How amazing was that? Did you love it? If you haven't watched it already, go and watch it. She was sitting on that for ages. Even when she'd recorded it, she still wouldn't say. I was like, oh, she's like, they might not ever run it. They might not use it. I was like, can you just like get on with it? Can you just say what it is? Anyway, it was a fun surprise for everyone all the same. I'm really, really happy. I was happy with how it went. I thought it was such a good show as well. But let's go to that group, shall we? Sweden beating Republic of Ireland 3-0 tonight at the Aviva. And here in England at St James's Park, England beaten 2-1 by France. Now, a couple of things coming into this game when you look at the fixture scheduling, which has actually been in the news today, because in the men's game, some male players now have been speaking to their unions and saying that we don't want to do as much football anymore. We can be millionaires. Yes, we get paid well, but we can't spend our money because we don't get time. Saying you can't spend money, I think, is a bit of a weak argument, but also I think they are absolutely battered. And I think when you look at the quick turnaround that we've seen there from the Champions League final, which is the best of the best in European football, to the players who were on the pitches tonight, you were actually seeing how burnt out they must have been. I'm talking about Kira Walsh, excuse me, Lucy Bronze, Diani. France weren't as their usual French side. Both teams seemed a little bit cagey. England seemed a little bit shattered as well, and obviously to come away from a loss at home at St James's Park is very, very disappointing for Serena Wiegman's side. Also a number of players that are maybe being away, travelling, trying to fit in their break at the minute. I actually saw on a pop-up tonight that one of the Arsenal players has been injured tonight in a friendly game. And actually the manager, Gustavin, has spoken out and said, I'm a bit concerned about this. Some players look both physically and mentally tired, had a couple of niggles. We always have long meetings with the medical teams and look at recommending minutes. But as a coach, you always think we've played it safe. She felt something, so we don't know how serious it is. But actually, I'm looking at the amount of football at the minute and seeing it as a bit of an issue for so many players. Now, obviously, everybody will put on that jersey and feel proud and represented and ready to go, but might not be able to step up quite the way they usually would be able to, because there's been so much going on at the minute, to go straight into Euro qualifiers now with no break for some players. Like, I'm still shattered from Bilbao. I am shattered. Lucy Bronze and Kira Walsh must be like, I am wrecked, Serena babe. I am so tired right now. Like, they played their little socks off. They've just won a Champions League. They probably didn't, but they were more entitled to get smashed on that Sunday night and the Monday night, never mind reporting to camp by the Tuesday. The travel involved in that, the constant pressure, the constant media. And listen, I don't think I have the answer for it either, but I think tonight's performance would almost have been reflective of a friendly instead of a European qualifier. Do you agree with me on that? Get in the comments if you want to say. I just don't think it was the game we expected to see. You know, I didn't think it was going to be a cagey game. I thought it would have been free-flowing. The attacking talents of both sides, the forwards that both of the team possess, and none of it really came to fruition. It was all a bit leggy, and it was a slow game at that as well. One person who did do what that person always does is Beth Mead, who in front of goal is the most calm player, so calm. God, I've got to what's these. It's talking about Beth Mead. I'm allergic to her. No. But yeah, like you see her in front of goal, you see her just take that touch and she's just so calm and she just buries it. And that's what's so special about Beth. In whatever situation, she manages to slow it down, be confident. It's not these mishits or firing over the bar. 9 times out of 10, Beth is just controlled and finds the back of the net. And I think that's what's so special about her. I think that's 25 goals now for England or something like that. I mean, incredible for Beth Mead. But, you know, Lanarka and Diamede getting the goals. Sorry, Katoto scored the second goal for France as well. And that Diamede goal for France was unbelievable, wasn't it? Switching off the back defensively. But the main problem I think England are facing at the minute, and Serena Wiegman might be having, which Rush and I have touched on before, is the goalkeepers. So tonight, very early on in the game, Mary Earps, you can see early on, she's got a bit of a struggle, something's not right. But 11 minutes later, she limps off the pitch and Hannah Hampton comes on. But actually, it's a good headache to have, but is Mary Earps that starting goalkeeper at the minute for Serena Wiegman? Based on form, you would say she isn't. But then there is the loyalty, the fact that she's done so much for England, the fact that she is Mary Earps. I mean, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Again, I don't have the answer to that either. But I would say Mary Earps deserves always to start. But then you look at Hannah Hampton and that save she pulled out the bag from Lanarka, is that how you say her name? Lanacra, maybe. And I thought, Hannah Hampton's so blooming good. I know Keaton wasn't available for this camp, but, you know, it's a real headache and Mary Earps did not look comfortable. So you know that in that position, she's looking pretty safe as Serena Wiegman in terms of goal. Okay, to concede 2 tonight isn't good enough. But France are a good side. France are a brilliant side. Good, well-taken goal from Katoto. That's what she does. Look at Diani, look at Karachui, look at Basha, look at Kenza Dali, look at Wendy Renard. I mean, it's such a squad of players. So is England. But why did Alex Greenwood not start? What was that about? In fact, let me just double-check Twitter. She was available, wasn't she? But that, you know, coming into a European qualifier, you're at home, you're at St James's Park, you should be playing your best team tonight. And I would have played Alex Greenwood. I would have played her tonight. I don't know. Would you agree on that? I'd say that it should have been Greenwood tonight. Actually, let me just see what Twitter's saying, because a lot of you might say the same kind of stuff. Yeah, a few people saying loads of time left for midfield. It continues to be a problem for us. Ian Wright saying that. Midfield continues to be a problem. I didn't really spot that. I just thought everything was a little bit leggy. Oh no, hold on, I completely lied. Beth Mead has scored 33 goals now for England, and 25 of those have come while Serena Wiegman has been in charge. That's a brilliant stat. That is a brilliant start. And Mary Earps, by the way, getting her 50th cap tonight for England and coming off, which looked like a bit of an issue. Anyway, I just started Alex Greenwood tonight. I think based on form, she's been excellent this season. I don't know why you wouldn't choose Greenwood. It could have been a different situation, but Leah Williamson's so comfortable in that role, right? She's so comfortable in her role, and being back in the England side, you just see how confident and calm she is at the back, leaving that ball in. I think it was to Hemp, was it, who made the cross to Beth made, I think it was. God, it's Friday night, I'm shattered. But anyway, have your say in the comments about that whole situation. Let me know your thoughts on tonight's game. Again, I didn't think it lived up to much, but they come away with a loss, and that's the main thing to focus on here. Is Serena Wiegman going with the right side? Should she be going for form, or should she be sticking with that loyalty that she's got with some of her players? You can have your say on that in the comments. Also, another thing that I wanted to highlight, which I heard on the news today, was that women's footballers will now get full pay to take off a day or two a month in the menstrual cycle if they need to. So even if that falls on games, if they are really struggling with their period, they'd be able to take time off and still be paid. That's a landmark change, isn't it? That's huge. I was actually driving home from a wee family break with Jamie and the kids in the car today, and TalkSport had it on the news. I thought, wow, okay. Because it is so impossible to do sport when you are leaning over with cramp. I can't imagine how they do it, because mine are pretty sore, right? Mine are really sore. Rusha and I have discussed this loads of times on the podcast, but Rusha's is bad. And I don't know, I guess it'd be hard up for her to say the effects it's had in terms of in-game, but I know she has struggled to the point where I'm looking and going, I think if your body is crippling you to the point of you're bending over with cramp and you're on the floor and you're hugging a hot water bottle and you can barely open your eyes without looking like you're going to start crying, you shouldn't be in work that day. So I think this is a big movement for women's football, and it's a step in the right direction. And I saw some of the tweets, and I mean, I don't go to Twitter for all my answers, but you see some things and you can't help but scroll. It's like, this is why women shouldn't be playing football, or they can't handle it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, mate, try and get a period. Try it. Coming back to me. And then talk to me about it. You couldn't play 5-a-sides with your 40-stone beer belly on a Monday night with a headache. Never mind, play elite level sports with your period. So come talk to me then, okay? But I thought this was just a huge step in the right direction. We've heard the amount of women that are suffering from it, from endometriosis, etc. Emma Hayes has kind of led that way, hasn't she, for quite some time, and talking about it. But yeah, this is a huge step. I'm sure a number of players will now look and go, some days when I'm absolutely dying and, you know, might have to say it's an injury or whatever, you can take like that menstrual day or whatever it may be to make yourself feel better. In fact, Risha says to me sometimes, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm on, I need to go for a run. And she'll be like, listen to your body. If your body's like killing you that much, then you don't go running. And then I'm like, but then she could be dying with cramp and have to go play a 90-minute game. And I'm like, well, surely that shouldn't be fair either. So I think this is a really good thing. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts on England tonight, thoughts on Serena Wiegman and that choice, and thoughts on getting your period and playing sport. Risha should be back. I don't know when she's back, guys. Honestly, she doesn't even text me anymore. She's so big time. She's probably texting GK Barry and her eyelashes burnt. Anyway, speak soon. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. See you real soon.